This lovely lady you see on the screen here, she is going to share the brutal cold truth that our black community needs to hear. This is what our culture is feeling. Hit the like button, subscribe, leave a comment, and share. Let's get to this video.
All right, hey everybody, I hope everybody's having a great day. I kind of have a rant in regards to something that I experienced yesterday. So let me just start off by saying I am, as you can see, an African-American woman. So this message is directed a little bit towards more African-American women. But if you are a single mom with a boy, then this message might be for you as well. So I'll start off by saying I am a single mom to a girl. So of course I'm raising my daughter to be, I call her my princess, but I am raising her to be a queen. I hold myself up to a certain standard, so I'm going to raise my child to be that. But one thing I have to prepare my daughter for is for the boys that are in her age group, her peers, right? And with that in mind, I have to prepare her for, of course, boys that are being raised to a certain standard and young boys that are not being raised to a certain standard. Yesterday, I took my daughter on a play date with one of her friends. Now, I'm very cultured. I have friends of all other races and ethnicities because I won't even say that it's about being racism. It's just I like to expand my world. I like to know about other cultures because I feel like that's how we learn from other people, right? And I raised my daughter to be the same way. So one of her girlfriends, she calls her her best friend, they're from Bangladesh. So we set up a play date. We took our kids to a kids museum. We had a great time. Now in that museum, you know, there are other kids. We had no issues. There was a miniature break room. We decided we wanted to go in there. It was a place where we could sit quietly and talk. And our daughters wanted a break, so they got to play with like puzzle pieces and books. Of course, other people could come in, but it was a very small room. So it was just weird how the dynamic and the energy changed real quick. Two young boys come in there without their moms and kind of sort of like, I won't say attacking my daughter and her friend, but like grabbing stuff from them and taking stuff. And, you know, finally the mom comes in and she saw everything because she was right there looking at us while it happened. And the door, the walls were glass, shall we say. So it's a door to walk in, but the room is very much open space so everyone can see. She comes in and you could tell like nervously, like, oh, hi you guys. And the energy was already off because we're like, why are you letting your kids come here? You clearly see your children are doing things that are inappropriate to other kids. Anyway, I want to kind of note something that I've seen, and this isn't to judge, but this is to just kind of make a very broad statement. I want to say I can see why black men do not respect black women. And I'm going to hold the mothers accountable. And this first comes down to emotional intelligence. It comes down to teaching your children from right from wrong. And why I speak on that is, I'm going to jump in other examples, but I'm going to start with what I saw yesterday. So yesterday when the lady comes in with the boys, she saw her son walk on my daughter and her friend, like literally step on them. There was no excuse me, there was no sorry, there was no nothing. And so instead she like grabs him up and she's just like yelling at him and just saying things that I feel like you shouldn't say to your child. Now I'm going to say this, you know, a lot of people are in the whole feminine energy and masculine energy. I'm going to broadly speak on maybe this was her. I feel like she's definitely in her masculine energy because there was no nurturing there. And I feel like at the end of it, she took no accountability for her son to even make him apologize. So I want to say, mothers, why are you not teaching your sons how to be gentlemen? And when it comes to the masculine energy, listen, women, you cannot teach your son how to be a man. You can't. And I understand that it is hard being in a single parent household where the dad is probably not there all the time. And I'm able to speak on that because I have other girlfriends with sons where the father is involved in their life, but they're not in the household to be able to dictate that boy's actions all the time. And I see it where mothers get, you know, flustered and get frustrated because they're like, I don't know how to really get to him. But as soon as the father speaks to him or says something to him, that boy is in check. And that is to let you know, women, that you cannot teach him how to be a man. That is when you're going to have to put your pride and your ego aside and get your son involved in different groups. There are mentor groups out there where grown men will take in young boys and teach them. Now, you got to be careful with that, too, because there are predators out there. But there are groups out there where they will teach them sports, teach them how to be a young man, how to go about mentorships and finding jobs that work for them. And granted, this starts young. But let me give an example. I've been in a grocery store where I've seen black mothers call their sons to their face, young boys, call them to their face, niggas. excuse my language, but calling them, you know, the N-word and saying different, very much inappropriate things that you should not be speaking to your child. And it breaks my heart when I hear this, you know, derogatory language being spoken to kids, because you're basically telling their kids that they ain't shit. That's what when you aren't speaking words of love and actions to them. And this is coming from, like I said, I'm raising a princess, but I've been speaking affirmations to my child from the day she was born. She is now 5, and we still do affirmations. Because you love yourself. You like yourself and you respect yourself. But the first person that is going to show that to them is their mother. And even when it comes to boys, the first person that is going to show a boy that a woman is to be respected is their mother. So if you are talking to that boy and you are putting that boy down and you doing everything but being kind and gentle to him, why are you thinking these young men are growing up hating black women? I'm sorry, and let me say something, I don't give a damn. Y'all can come for me in my comments. Y'all can say, Tina, you wrong, Tina, you don't need to speak on this. But as a witness, as somebody who sees it, baby, I'm going to hold you accountable, and I'm going to speak on it, especially because your son is going to be the same one going after my beautiful daughter. So you need to hold your son accountable. You do. You do, and I'm going to speak to you women. Stop trying to be the man in these boys' lives, because you cannot do it. It ain't your job to. But you can find other communities that will help you raise your son to be the best version that he can be. We don't need no more rappers. We don't need no more basketball players, football players. We need doctors. We need lawyers. We need politicians. We need black, well-raised police officers that have integrity to do the right thing when they are serving our civilians. That is what we need. And y'all out here, y'all want to raise these young boys to be every damn thing because you don't like yourself, because the man that you had him with don't like you. And instead of you saying, you know what, it ain't about a man, it's about me being the best woman to raise my child, you take your anger and animosity out on your son, and you are raising him to hate other women, especially the black woman. Now, y'all can come for me all of y'all want. I don't give a damn. I said what I said, and I'm standing on what I said. I'm going off the evidence and the things that I've seen. Not only is the evidence, but it's the energy. It is what I'm seeing in these world, these young boys. Why does a 12-year-old have a gun? Why is he not able to feel that he is respected in just his manhood? Because y'all letting the streets raise these boys. Y'all are letting the streets, and these streets ain't nothing but the wicked of the devil. And that's all I got to say today. That's all I got to say. Peace.